Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 16, Top Genius. Maybe he's out of money. After leaving the hot environment of Fireland Island, Lu Chengqing felt much more comfortable, and glanced at Zhang Tianqi not far in front of him. The dungeon upgrade must not be hidden. As for what will happen next, you can guess with your eyes closed, and they will definitely gather around again. After all, his profession is a medical doctor. Not to mention killing the boss alone, it is probably enough to kill an elite beast. Then single-handedly killed the silver-ranked boss, so to speak, without attracting the attention of others. Absolutely impossible. Lu Chengqing doesn't dislike contacting in advance, even if there is no such thing as upgrading the dungeon today. Wait until the end of the college entrance examination. What should come will still come. It's just that he could vaguely sense the faint hostility on Zhang Tianqi's body, which was inexplicable. Lu Chengqing glanced at Zhang Wanqing, saw her slightly rosy cheeks, and could roughly guess the reason. Just feel. Was he the one who stole Zhang Wanqing's cabbage? This kid. Zhang Tianqi frowned sternly, noticing Lu Chengqing's indifferent appearance. His eyelids twitched even more. A little inexplicable heartache. If it were at another time, if the daughter left the dungeon, shouldn't she report to her old father first? Although, he was also very curious about how Lu Chengqing managed to kill the silver-level dungeon boss. Just remember, it's unbelievable, the healer has no means of attack in the early stage, and Lu Chengqing's level barely reaches level 10. Touch the threshold of dungeon experience. It is simply impossible to kill this level 20 dungeon boss, even Zhang Tianqi. There is no way to do it, to fight across the level of the big stage. Leaving aside the profession of a medical doctor. Just because of Lu Chengqing's achievements in clearing the silver-level dungeon, he has been able to rank among the top talents in the entire Dragon Kingdom. The congratulatory sounds of the rest of the people around interrupted Zhang Tianqi's thoughts again. A genius is born, something that is happy to hear. And, still using the profession of a medical doctor, he killed the seedling of the silver-level dungeon, and definitely entered the top ranks. Congratulations to City Lord Zhang. In the college entrance examination in Jiangnan province this year, there will be an extra seedling who will hit the top spot. That's right, apart from Lin Qianchen, He Shidong from the He family, and Wanqing, Zhang Cheng has many talents this year. They are all candidates for the first place in the college entrance examination. Regarding the compliments from other Zhang Cheng executives, Zhang Tianqi was obviously a little absent-minded, and his old-fashioned expression was quite complicated. Compared to genius or something. He wasn't particularly concerned. What he was curious about was the relationship between Lu Chengqing and his own daughter. Wanqing's character. Zhang Tianqi is definitely the one who knows best. He doesn't have many friends in school, let alone those of the opposite sex. Even him. This old father didn't even see the shy look on his daughter's face. Could it be that he was really in love? After all, Wanqing is already an adult. Even if she really wants to make friends, he won't object too much. Just passable character. Talent and looks are secondary, as long as the daughter likes it, but the current situation is that kid Lu Chengqing completely ignored himself. Thinking of this, Zhang Tianqi walked towards Lu Chengqing with heavy steps with the idea of keeping the gates for his daughter. Lu Chengqing noticed that Zhang Tianqi was coming and had no intention of staying here any longer, so he handed the skill book to Zhang Wanqing. He said, "I'll trouble you to sell it for your help. You can transfer the money to that alliance card. If there is nothing else, I will leave first." After explaining things, Lu Chengqing took the long knife and left the Valley of Trials straight away. The public dungeon has no idea of a strategy for the time being. As for Zhang Tianqi's look of, "You dare to bully my daughter," he has no intention of touching it for the time being. Oh well. Zhang Wanqing looked at the silver-level mage skill book in his hand, and his expression gradually returned to that cold look. Only, when she recovered, she realized that she seemed to have forgotten to ask Lu Chengqing for a contact information. "Why did you leave?" Zhang Tianqi frowned, looking at Wanqing's appearance and the skill book in his hand, full of doubts. Did he misunderstand the relationship between Lu Chengqing and Wanqing just now? Without waiting for Zhang Wanqing's answer, she continued to ask, "Daughter, what is your relationship with this Lu Chengqing?" Looking at her father's dark face, Zhang Wanqing understood something instantly, and she explained, "You mean classmate Lu? 3 days ago when I was training in the field, I encountered the boss in the area. It was classmate Lu who saved me, and I just invited him over today." Quote. Zhang Tianqi touched his nose, and continued to ask with a calm expression as if nothing happened, "What about this skill book?" "He asked me to help sell it, probably because he is short of money." "That's it." Zhang Tianqi glanced at the silver rank mage skill book, and the market price was around 2 million. Thinking of this, I really misunderstood. He instantly had an idea in his heart. After all, he saved his daughter, so he should find someone to spend more money on. Think of it as Lu Chengqing's reward for taking care of her daughter. Quote. What Zhang Wanqing said was not intentional, but those Zhongcheng executives present were interested in listening, and they keenly grasped the key information. Lack of money. If Lu Chengqing was a child of those families, he would definitely not lack such talent, strength, and resources. That also means that it is very likely that they were born from the grassroots and their family background is relatively ordinary. It's okay to leave. A top talent like Lu Chengqing is naturally arrogant, and he is unwilling to follow others like most people. City Master Zhang, if there is nothing else, I will leave first. The vice president of Jiangnan Vocational College, Chen Qingliu, with a smile on his face, glanced at Lu Chengqing in the direction of departure. Let yourself discover a genius today. Chapter 17. Invitation from Jiangnan Vocational College, Champion Reward. After Lu Chengqing left the Valley of Trials, while waiting for the intercity train to return to the rental house, he found a familiar figure. Standing next to Zhang Tianqi just now was an old man in his early 60s, hale and hearty and tall. It seemed that he was looking for himself, walking quickly. "Student Lu, you've made it easy for me to find you. If you walk faster, my old bones will fall apart." The old man had a bright smile on his face, and the subconscious movement of rubbing his hands gave people the feeling that he had malicious intentions. Quote. Lu Chengqing frowned slightly, not sure why this guy came, but it must have something to do with the silver level dungeon. Even without waiting for him to ask, this old man who was quite familiar with himself first introduced himself, "My lord, Chen Qingliu. I'm currently the vice president of the Jiangnan Provincial Vocational College. She's the kind with a bit of power. I've got something to do with you this time." Jiangnan Vocational College. Lu Chengqing's face was slightly surprised, and what he didn't expect was the real identity of Chen Qingliu. But think again. It is absolutely impossible to appear beside Zhang Tianqi without some identity. I have never heard of Chen Qingliu's name. However, Jiangnan Vocational College. He couldn't be more clear. Among the hundreds of vocational colleges in the entire Long Kingdom, they are all ranked in the top 5. Proper high school. Every year, there are countless students who squeeze their heads and will be admitted to the college, if we use the method of the previous life as a metaphor. That is the top 985, 211 double first-class universities. Only Chen Qingliu, the deputy dean, suddenly came to him for what? Because he was in the silver-level dungeon. The strength displayed by non-combat professions. Lu Chengqing frowned slightly, and asked resolutely, "Then, Dean Chen, what do you want from me?" Quote. Chen Qingliu noticed the faint vigilance, and explained with a smile, "Everyone has their own secrets and opportunities. I'm not particularly interested in your career, Mr. Lu." Oh. Lu Chengqing nodded lightly. If it wasn't a question of occupation, then probably besides this, it was the choice of the college entrance examination. As far as he knew, there was a person in Zhongcheng No. 2 middle school who awakened to a hidden profession and was admitted early. Then, Dean Chen, are you looking for me for the college entrance examination, or for choosing a university or college? Quote. Chen Qingliu had a bright smile on his face, and he was comfortable dealing with smart people. He nodded slightly, and did not show off. I'm looking for you because of the college entrance examination. I don't know, Student Lu, do you have any thoughts about the number 1 in the college entrance examination in Jiangnan province this year? After saying these words, he didn't even give Lu Chengqing a chance to refuse, and continued to add, with your strength, there should be no problem. There should be quite a lot of candidates for Zhongcheng to win the first place in the college entrance examination. Lin Qianqin has this strength. Lu Chengqing didn't agree directly, but was a little curious about what kind of medicine was sold in Chen Qingliu's gourd. Or is it just a matter of raising GU? Although each province's college entrance examination is independent, there are at least 30,000 students participating, and they want to stand out among the more than 30,000 people. The difficulty is still quite large. However, this is for others. Have you ever seen an egg in a pocket? Chen Qingliu shook his head slightly, and asked with a smile, I probably know Lin Qianshen's strength. There is a chance, but it is very difficult. On the contrary, it was your strength that gave me a big surprise. You were able to kill the silver-ranked dungeon boss. What can I get? Lu Chengqing's face was indifferent. He glanced at Chen Qingliu, who was full of smiles, and continued, President Chen, you also know about it. My relationship with Lin Qianshen is not a close relative or friend, but I have also experienced life and death hardships. She worked so hard for the top spot in the college entrance examination. You feel, ... Chen Qingliu squinted his eyes, naturally tasting the hidden meaning of Lu Chengqing's words, and he stretched out his finger. Tell me all your awards. If you are the #1 student in the college entrance examination, Zhongcheng will officially reward you if you choose our school. I will prepare a big gift for you. Even if you reach the silver level, the rewards given by the school can greatly improve you. Lu Chengqing nodded slightly after hearing the words. If there is a reward, he can say it. He did not forget to ask, as long as it is the #1 in the college entrance examination. Is there such a reward? Chen Qingliu didn't keep up with Lu Chengqing's escaping thoughts, and nodded slightly. After all, the #1 in the college entrance examination is the goal of competition for all major colleges and universities. Even if it is Zhongnan Vocational College, at the end of the college entrance examination every year, it is not bad to be able to grab a champion. Not to mention, the top students in the college entrance examination in several provinces joined Zhongnan College at the same time, which was something Chen Qingliu could not even dream of. I'm afraid that Lu Chengqing won't be moved. He continued to add, as long as Lu students can do it, and choose our Zhongnan Provincial Vocational College. I will reward you individually, including awakening a second job, as long as you can do that. ... The vigilance on Lu Chengqing's face disappeared a lot. Instead, he put on a bright smile and quickly shook his head in rejection. As long as it is the top scorer in the college entrance examination, it is enough if there are rewards. He said firmly, I will work hard, the rewards for the champion are already rich enough, let's try to get the champion. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. ... Chen Qingliu nodded with a smile, watching Lu Chengqing's leaving back with a bit of relief on his old face. It's just an inexplicable feeling. There was a strange smile on Lu Chengqing's face, and the change in attitude was too great. He refused with the front foot, but agreed with the backhand. However, Chen Qingliu didn't particularly take this matter to heart, but there was only one top scorer in the college entrance examination in each province. Never possible. He also brought a few champions from other provinces to Zhongnan College to enroll. If this is the case, I have to thank Lu Chengqing very much. Chapter 18. College Entrance Exam Day, Point Competition Mechanism. After Lu Chengqing separated from Chen Qingliu, he immediately took the intercity train back to the urban area, and received good news after returning to the rental house. Zhang Wanqing should have obtained her mobile phone number through the channel of the school teacher and sent a message. Student Lu, your mage skill book has been sold, the total is 4 million, and it has been transferred to the alliance card from last time. ... Lu Chengqing glanced at the news, and immediately withdrew all the balance of the alliance card through his mobile phone. What he didn't expect was, Zhang Wanqing's speed was so fast that he sold it in less than 20 minutes. And in terms of price, it can be said to be very conscious, the market price of a silver-level mage skill book. It was around 2 million. The extra money was probably given by Zhang Wanqing's father, Zhang Tianqi. He dares to give. Lu Chengqing naturally accepted it calmly. And after this period of hard work, the little treasury that was originally left was once again filled like never before. I just don't know how much worse it is. Lu Chengqing frowned, and opened the dimensional pocket system again, except for the lucky draw chance given after binding the system. During this time, he also understands the function of this golden finger. Apart from Krypton Gold Lottery, it has no other functions. Open black lens bracket dimensional pocket system close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket current number of lottery draws, 0 close black lens bracket. The number of lottery draws can be increased by purchasing, price, 10 million. There is still a shortfall of more than 5.1 million. Liu Chengqing glanced at the balance of the alliance card, and he has already taken half of the steps towards the lottery draw, just the ability of the fruit of the operation. Just let his strength get a qualitative leap. For the second dimensional lottery draw, he was somewhat looking forward to what kind of items he could get. As for the 5.1 million lottery vacancies, at this time, Liu Chengqing has pinned all his hopes on the upcoming Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination. As long as possible, then you can make waves. As for the following period of time, Liu Chengqing did not sit idle in the rental house, and private copies were hard to come by. In order to improve combat experience, basically every morning, Liu Chengqing would go to the Valley of Trials, although there were fewer strange beasts in those public dungeons. But mosquitoes are also small meat. During this period, I still kept in touch with Zhang Wanqing, Lin Qianqin and others, and they were basically in the final stage of the college entrance examination. Do a sprint, and Liu Chengqing's level has also been raised from level 15 to level 17 after more than half a month of hard work. Name, Liu Chengqing. Occupation, physician. Level, bronze level 17, 1377 30 thousandths. Strength, 110 plus 110. Agility, 131 plus 140. Spirit, 107 plus 80. Stamina, 145 plus 80. Equipment, redstone pendant, redstone bracers, rock breaker blade. Professional talent, physical recovery. Auxiliary skills, life recovery, medical identification. Attack skills, none. Exclusive skills, room slaughterhouse, room baton. Should be pretty good. Liu Chengqing glanced at his personal attributes. Overall, they should be pretty good, and most of them have broken through the 200 level. In the case of a burst of full force, it can be chopped down with a force of 1100 caddies, not to mention other aspects. They are all qualitative leaps. The only pity is that there is no other skill to unlock the fruit of surgery, and it is estimated that it will have to wait until it breaks through to the silver level. There will be more attack methods. After making some preparations, Liu Chengqing didn't stay at home, but went to the meeting point for the Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination here. The professional college entrance examination here is quite different from the previous life. The content of the assessment is mostly the same, but each province is independent. There are too many candidates in each province. If you use the same secret realm, it is basically useless. Even if it is a super large secret realm, there is no way to provide nearly 300,000 people with simultaneous experience, assessment, etc. After arriving at Zhongcheng No. 1 Middle School, Liu Chengqing saw two familiar figures, Zhang Wanqing and Lin Qianqin. Zhang Wanqing still had that cold appearance. On the contrary, it was Lin Qianqin who was so simple-minded and full of energy, holding that spirit sword. There was an indescribable feeling all over her body. Anticipation. Student Liu, you are here. When Lin Qianqin saw the figure who had been thinking about it day and night, a smile soon appeared on her fair face. After this period of experience, her strength has also improved a lot, and the spirit sword masters natal spirit sword. This time, it is also tempered to a higher level. It can be said that for this year's Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination, 100% effort has been put into it, and now is the time to test the results. Liu Chengqing nodded slightly with a calm smile on his face. As for the details of the college entrance examination, it is not the time to talk about it yet. If Lin Qianqin was a passerby who had never met her before, so she wouldn't have to spend so much trouble, but the current situation is completely different. He also counted on Lin Qianqin and Zhang Wanqing to cooperate well, and said with a smile, "How are you preparing?" Lin Qianqin clenched her fists, her cute face was full of smiles, and said confidently, "Student Liu, be careful. I won't give up the champion position to you easily." Okay. With an indifferent smile on Liu Chengqing's face, after meeting briefly, he walked towards the examination site. For the college entrance examination in Zhongnan Province, candidates from all cities will gather in the secret place, so each school has a portal. There is no need to go to the exam room. the person in charge of opening the portal of Zhongcheng number 1 middle school, is also a familiar face of Lu Chengqing, Zhang Tianqi. The city lord himself doesn't need to deal with these chores, but Zhang Tianqi, who is obviously a slave to his daughter, takes care of him. He glanced at Lu Chengqing, Zhang Wanqing and others in front of him. For some reason, Zhang Tianqi clenched his fists, even though he knew it had nothing to do with it. But, just can't help it. After Zhang Tianqi coughed lightly, he announced the precautions to the candidates. The voice was not loud, but it could reach everyone's ears. The college entrance examination in Jiangnan province will last for 3 days. Students, you will all enter the secret realm to practice. Team formation is not allowed in the exam. There will be an invigilator to observe the whole process, and the formation of a team will be directly judged to be eliminated. You will fight on an individual basis. You can gain points by hunting strange beasts. If your life is in danger, you will end the exam directly. Similarly, you can plunder other people's points. Please be prepared to be treated as prey. I announce that the Jiangnan Provincial College entrance examination has officially begun. Quote. After Lu Chengqing briefly understood the exam rules, he frowned slightly, which was no different from what he imagined. The college entrance examination rules are just a framework. And it doesn't prohibit competition among candidates, but encourages point plundering, if that's the case. The next operation will be easy to handle. Chapter 19. Twisted Forest, Kill at Will. After Zhang Tianqi announced the rules of the college entrance examination, the faces of many senior 3 candidates present were quite excited. During this time, they are basically preparing for the college entrance examination, practicing in the silent mountains and public dungeons every day and night. Improve your strength as much as possible. If professional awakening is to change fate, then today's college entrance examination is an opportunity for them to move to a higher level. Let's go. Lu Chengqing's complexion didn't change much, he had even experienced time travel, and he had his own strength to rely on. Not much tension. On the contrary, I have some expectations. What is the overall strength of those hidden professionals in other cities in Jiangnan province? As candidates entered the secret realm of the exam one after another, it was Lu Chengqing, Lin Qianqin and others' turn soon. Quote. Zhang Tianqi's mood was somewhat complicated, but it didn't show on his face, and he reminded helplessly, just do your best. Don't have too much psychological pressure. Okay. Zhang Wanqing nodded slightly, without any hesitation, decisively entered the teleportation array, waiting to go to the secret realm. Thanks. Lu Chengqing was holding the broken rock blade, and he still had that indifferent smile on his face. No matter what, he was in favor of Zhang Tianqi. A little thanks. The next thing I have to do, maybe I will drag Zhang Wanqing onto the pirate ship. I still have to build a good relationship. This kid. Zhang Tianqi quickly realized that he definitely knew about the skill book after hearing this sentence. Rarely gave a good look on that old-fashioned and serious face, while urging Lu Chengqing to enter the dungeon. He reminded in a low voice, come on. When Lu Chengqing entered the teleportation array, along with a brief ripple, a dark passage appeared in front of his eyes. Lin Qianqin and Zhang Wanqing did not enter first. Rather, it is waiting for someone. Let's go. Lu Chengqing glanced at them, with a slight smile on his face, walked through the dungeon passage, and the location he entered was random. It is a bit difficult to meet. To be honest. The person I don't want to meet in the college entrance examination is you. The reason for getting familiar with each other is that Zhang Wanqing's face is not as deserted as before, and helplessness can be seen from the brows. There is no way. After entering the dungeon, there are competitors, and the area is much larger than imagined, so the chance of encountering them is quite low. We will meet. I hope you can hold on until the last day, maybe there will be surprises then. Lu Chengqing tapped the scabbard lightly with his fingers, and didn't explain too much, after leaving this somewhat riddle-like dialogue. Enter the copy decisively. Quote. Zhang Wanqing's face was full of confusion, and when she was about to ask what the surprise was, she found that Lu Chengqing had already entered the instance. With their strength, it is definitely no problem to stick to the 3rd day, the main thing is how many points. After seeing Lu Chengqing enter the instance, she didn't linger too long, she followed Lin Qianqin decisively and entered it. Accompanied by a brief spatial fluctuation, Lu Chengqing opened his eyes again, and he was already in the secret realm. It is very different from the previous experience of Fireland Island and the few public large-scale dungeons. Looking around, the surrounding forest is densely covered. Even the light is difficult to shine through the branches and leaves and splash on the ground. Not even in the air. All with a little soil, the smell of rotting leaves. Is this a copy of the college entrance examination? Lu Chengqing frowned slightly. After observing the surrounding environment for a while, he had no intention of staying here any longer. Only, the moment he stepped forward, a stone the size of a basketball fell from the canopy above his head at an extremely fast speed. There are strange beasts soon. Lu Chengqing's expression was slightly surprised, and he didn't even need the ability of Room Slaughterhouse, relying on his own reaction. Just dodge it easily. Squeak. Accompanied by the roar of the strange beast, the giant ape hidden in the canopy of the tree grabbed hold of the vine and kept going down. Still using various means to attack. Without the slightest hesitation, Lu Chengqing decisively threw a round of identification on the strange beast that suddenly appeared. Alien beast. Forest giant ape normal. Level. Black iron level 10. Strength. 69. Agility. 75. Spirit. 33. Stamina. 80. Send points baby. Lu Chengqing glanced at the value of the forest giant ape not far away. He didn't even have exclusive skills, in general. It's just weak. Even the alien beasts in the public dungeon are much stronger than the forest giant ape. He didn't hesitate at all. With the blessing of breaking 200 agility, he didn't even need to use the ability of the fruit of surgery. 10 meters distance. He came to the side of the forest giant ape in an instant, and the incomparably sharp rock-breaking blade was like chopping melons and vegetables. Simply solve it neatly. Points plus 13. I don't even have experience. Isn't this copy of the college entrance examination a bit stingy? Lu Chengqing twitched the corners of his mouth, although he expected it best, but when he saw that there were only points rewards. How much is still a little stretched. It can be said that most of the giant apes in the forest are alien beasts that provide points for ordinary candidates. As long as you have some fighting skills, you can solve it. Without even experience, let alone loot or something, Lu Chengqing decided to go deep after finishing this strange beast. At this time, in the on-site monitoring room of Zhongcheng No. 1 Middle School, the huge screen was divided into countless pieces, and the performances of the candidates were played randomly. But none of the invigilators at the scene sat down. Their faces are quite serious, and they are very dedicated to watching the combat performance of this year's candidates, avoiding cheating and so on. Main reason. It was because Chen Qingliu, the vice president of the Jiangnan Provincial Vocational College, came to the monitoring room in person for some unknown reason. And the candidate who is concerned is actually a student in class 5 of senior 3, Lu Chengqing, and some school teachers naturally know it. What is Lu Chengqing's awakened profession? It's just a medical doctor with an auxiliary profession. Many teachers can't figure out why Chen Qingliu took so much trouble to come here. Probably not. Chapter 20. Meet Wang Wei again. Why don't you give me the points? Lu Chengqing didn't know that Chen Qingliu would actually come to the scene in person to watch his performance in the exam. With the continuous deepening, those alien beasts that had been injected with chicken blood, after realizing his appearance, either made a surprise attack, or directly come out above board to give points. Even the ability of Room Slaughterhouse has never been used from the beginning to the end, and the numerical value is crushed too much. After killing those alien beasts blocking the way. Points. 210. The points in Lu Chengqing's hands have already exceeded 200, which is the result of not deliberately looking for and hunting. If you really want to hunt strange beasts and get points. Too slow. There is no prohibition for candidates to snatch points from each other, and he will not ask for trouble if he can choose an easy method. And in the open space not far from the forest, Lu Chengqing met the first examinee in the dungeon. And it's still very familiar. Wang Wei, the spearman who teamed up with Zhang Wanqing before, was recuperating in this open space after killing the strange beasts. Can only say, there is such a thing as fate. After seeing Wang Wei's lack of vigilance, Lu Chengqing had a strange smile on his face. What a coincidence, are you here too? After Wang Wei was stunned for a while, he heard that familiar voice, as if the memories of his death that day were constantly attacking him. He picked up the spear and turned around suddenly. Seeing Lu Chengqing's arrival clearly, the smile on Wang Wei's face that hunted the beasts and gained points instantly froze. But the smile doesn't go away. It was just transferred from Wang Wei's face to Lu Chengqing's body. As for the spear, he didn't care at all. He didn't even take out the rock-breaking blade in his hand. Student Lu, it's a bit of a coincidence. Wang Wei had a bitter face, and he didn't hide the panic in his heart at all, and he didn't even have the idea of cursing. He himself offended Lu Chengqing first. Then, I met him by coincidence in the copy of the college entrance examination. After witnessing his strength, I didn't even have the thought of resisting. The only hope in his heart now is that Lu Chengqing will not remember what happened a month ago and suddenly turn over the old score. Maybe I will be completely deprived of the chance to take the college entrance examination. So, you understand, Lu Chengqing had a calm expression on his face. No matter what, he was an alumnus, so he definitely wouldn't do anything special. After crossing Wang Wei's points, the original 210 points were directly increased to 356. From this point, it can be seen that Wang Wei is to some extent still working hard. Looking at Wang Wei's bitter face, he patted the other person's shoulder lightly, and said encouragingly, "Come on. This is the college entrance examination. If you get into a good university, maybe you will take off directly. Don't be sour, be happy. Then I thank you. ... Compared with those candidates who worked hard to hunt exotic animals, Lu Chengqing's college entrance examination has a completely different style of painting. Leisurely, it's almost like going here for an outing. Any beasts that came out to find fault were dealt with smoothly, and in the following period of time, they did not meet other candidates. When Lu Chengqing came to a certain corner of the twisted forest, there were sounds of fighting plus cursing in the distance. Instantly grabs attention. ... Your uncle, come here if you have the ability. ... Those unsightly swear words were subconsciously ignored by Lu Chengqing in the open space ahead. There are two male candidates who are constantly confronting each other. It can be seen from the surrounding environment that they have already experienced several rounds of fighting. There was no winner. The sudden appearance of Lu Chengqing immediately stopped the communication between the two boys, with vigilant expressions on their faces. The atmosphere was tense instantly. ... Lu Chengqing smiled calmly, and waved his hand without paying particular attention to their hostile gaze. He said calmly, "Don't worry about your continuing, I'll just be a medical doctor passing by, don't worry about me, you can play freely." ... The boy with a long sword in his hand instantly lit up when he heard about Lu Chengqing's occupation. Healer. There is no threat to oneself, and it can also provide healing effects, maybe it can defeat the opponent. He said without thinking, "Student, provide me with treatment. After defeating this guy, we will score 55 points. I can do 4 or 6. 37. ... Lu Chengqing looked at the two who were thinking of arguing, frowned slightly, coughed lightly, and proposed. "Why don't you two take a step back and give me all the points, so you don't have to quarrel?" The voice just fell. Without even giving them time to react, Room Slaughterhouse's skills were activated instantly, covering everyone. Lu Chengqing's figure disappeared instantly, and when he reappeared, he was already behind one of the candidates. In order for the follow-up Karma Leak project to proceed smoothly, he didn't even take out the broken rock blade, which directly knocked him out. As for the other boy, he hasn't even reacted yet, his equal opponent. It was directly insta-killed. Just as he was about to run away, Lu Chengqing's ghostly figure appeared in front of him without even a chance to make a move. The scabbard suddenly hit another boy's head, and he fell into a coma. ... After Lu Chengqing plundered the two people's points, as the points were credited to the account, the personal points for this college entrance examination. It has already broken through 4 digits. However, the current points are not enough for his goal, and he didn't even enter the top 100 list. Still working hard, he glanced at the two people who had fallen into a coma, to prevent the other party from being killed and eliminated by the alien beast, and it was the first time since he was transferred to a medical doctor. Offer it to these two guys. With the soft green light flickering in their hands, the two people who had fallen into a coma gradually tended to wake up. I hope I can be a good leak. Liu Chengqing has long been used to doing good deeds without leaving a name, and using the room slaughterhouse, his figure disappeared instantly. Immediately afterwards, the cry of killing a pig came from his ear. What about my points? Damn it, there is a sixth child. After Liu Chengqing left this area with peace of mind, he continued to look for the next lucky candidate. What he had to do. It's actually quite simple. Once you have plundered enough points, it is best to grab all of those on the leaderboard and you will be stable. In the rules, the person with the highest individual points is the champion of the Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination, but there is no rule and there will be several champions in the end. If the personal points are the same, does that mean that the final number of top students in this year's college entrance examination can actually be manipulated? Certainly. The premise of this plan is that there is enough strength to manipulate the loopholes in these rules. In terms of strength, Liu Chengqing thinks he has it. Please like and subscribe.